Welcome. The hour being 7 p.m. on Wednesday, November 6, 2024. The Tooele City Council is meeting in a business meeting held at Tooele City Hall in the council chambers located at 90 North Main Street in Tooele, Utah. This is also being streamed electronically on the Tooele City YouTube channel. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll please rise and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our second item is a roll call. Councilman McCall.
Present.
Councilwoman Goches.
Present.
Councilwoman Manzione.
Present.
I'm Councilman Brady, and I'm present, and Councilman Hanson is asked to be excused from this meeting. Our third item is the Mayor's Youth Recognition Awards. We'll turn the time over to Mayor Debbie Wynn.
Thank you, Chairman, Council. This is the best part of our city council meetings. And it's not because I'm the one standing up here. It's all about you that are here in our audience today. And what we're so grateful for is that we have the opportunity to recognize some young people in our community and all the wonderful things that they do. And that's why it's such an important part of our meeting tonight. So I would like to first welcome up our Chief of Police, Adrian Day. He's going to help to give out the awards tonight. We have a backpack for each of you that are filled with gifts and some special things from our businesses and others in our community. So it's kind of a fun part. But what I'm going to do tonight is read your name as being one of the recipients of the Mayor's Youth Recognition Award. And we're going to ask that you please come up here and we'll get you your backpack, and then I'm going to read some fun, really interesting, good stuff about you. So that's what we're going to do. First tonight, our first award recipient of the Mayor's Youth Recognition Award is Salipa Tatua. Come on up. All right. I'm going to do this right. Salipa, got it. Tatua'a. How about that? I'm getting better. Thank you. All right, I'm going to tell you all about Salipa. She was nominated by her teacher, Ms. Carter, from North Lake Elementary. Salipa is very observant and is always willing to help others. She can be found doing things around the classroom to make it a better place. She enjoys organizing the books on the shelf to help her teacher. She is a great example of showing support to those around her. One day, Salipa noticed that a peer was having a difficult day, and she took the time to check on them and cheer them up. Salipa is kind and thoughtful to those around her. Those are pretty good qualities, and we appreciate you being kind to those not only in your classroom, but your teachers and others. So congratulations. Let's give her a round of applause. We would also like to recognize her parents. Are you going to help me with your dad's name there? Tell me. Heine is her dad, and Annie Tuata'a. Tautua'a. That is a beautiful name. It is a beautiful name, and so is Salipa. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to give this to you. All right. The next one is Braitlin, and is the a short A or a long A? Long, so it's labby. It's labby, so it's a short. I thought maybe with the two B's. We got, you ready? we're going to talk about. Okay. Hold this. There's your Mayor's Award. All right, here we go. Braitlin was nominated by her teacher, Mr. Cragen, from Northlake Elementary. Braitlin is a great help in her class. As soon as she finishes her work, she quickly starts helping others with their schoolwork. Recently, a new student moved to the school, and she helped her learn everything about the school and her classroom. She is a great example of showing support to others. We know how it is when you go to a new school or a new place and you're kind of scared, huh? But you made this student feel welcome and showed them all around. That's a great quality. Thank you very much for loving your classmates. Let's give her a round of applause. And I would like to recognize your mom and dad, Craig and Tony Labby. Labby. It's Labby. Got it. Thank you. One more tonight. We have Ryder Gonzalez. Ryder, you here tonight? There he is. Congratulations, Ryder. I give you all kinds of stuff to hold, okay? All right, we're going to tell you about Ryder. Ryder was nominated by Mr. Odermatt from Northlake Elementary. Ryder consistently shares thoughtful insights during class discussions and helps create a more engaging learning environment. He is always looking for ways to help others at school. One day he noticed that a classmate was struggling with their math homework. Ryder spent time helping his classmate learn how to do the math assignment. Ryder is a great example to his peers. There we go again. You saw somebody that was struggling and you helped him out. And lucky you were good at math. That's awesome. That's awesome. So congratulations, Ryder. Let's give him a round of applause. And we're going to recognize Ryder. He is the son of Matthew Gonzalez. Good job, Matthew. So it's great that you're all here tonight. I want to thank all of you parents, your grandparents, siblings, your brothers and sisters that are here to support these wonderful people who know how to love and take care of others, and that's what we all need to do, right? It is. So we need to be more like each one of you because of the way that you treat others. And so we hope that we can all remember that that's what we need to be like. But there's more than just us in this room that are going to know about your award tonight. We are live on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. So there may not be a whole lot watching right now, but lots of people will watch this later. So you can tell your friends tomorrow and your teachers at school that you're on TV. They can get on YouTube. So have them do a search for Tooele City Channel, our Tooele City Channel, and they'll be able to watch you receive this award. But we're not going to stop right there either. We would love to have a picture of you with the City Council and myself and the Chief. So we're going to ask you to give your backpack to your mom or dad there. You take your certificate. And we're all going to take a few moments and go out into the hallway, out into the rotunda there, and we're going to take your pictures. So family members, get out your cameras, get out your phones. We're going to take lots of pictures, okay? And then when we take a picture, that's going to be posted on our Tooele City social media accounts. And we're also going to send it to the newspaper, and you're going to have your picture in the newspaper too. So we'll go ahead and just recess for a couple minutes and meet you out in the rotunda.
this is the one that we attached.
All right, we're going to move on to our next item, which is the public comment period. This is the time for the public to address the council. We ask that you state your name into the mic, you keep your comments to 3 minutes or less, and then you sign the paper over by Michelle. The time is now the public's. Seeing no one come forward, I will close the public comment period, and we will move on to item 5. Item 5 is a public hearing regarding an EPA grant funds for cleanup at 126 North Broadway. This is presented by John Perez, the Economic Development Director.
Good evening.
It's open.
They said they were waiting.
It's ready, but
It's open.
we're waiting for anybody to join.
Okay. So what this cleanup grant is for the 2 parcels on the east side of Broadway, so directly across the street from the former Broadway Hotel site. There's 4 parcels on the east side of that. Not all 4 are included in this grant. The southern 2 of those 4 are included in this grant, and what it includes is removal of the existing building, and there's also a shed or garage, however you want to term that, and then also 6 to 8 inches removal of soil. And then it also covers the cost associated with writing the grant, and then it also covers $9,000 in travel that's required for the designated brownfield project director of the city, which is me, to travel and attend these EPA kind of training events.
Okay, very good. Are there any questions for John?
What did you, excuse me?
Okay, yeah, this is, it's a Teams, so part of the grant is that we have to have the option for the public to join on Teams. So, correct?
Or in person.
Or in person, yeah, so multiple options. Okay, if there's no questions for John, then this is a public hearing, so we will open the time up to the public. Please state your name into the mic, keep your comments to 3 minutes or less, and then sign the paper by Michelle, or we can see you on the Teams as well. Okay, seeing no one come forward and no one on the Teams meeting, I will close the public hearing. We don't have a vote or anything on that. It was just a public hearing for that grant. So we will move on to item 6, which is an ordinance 2024-30, an ordinance of Tooele City repealing Tooele City Code Title I, Chapter 21 regarding bail commissioners. This is presented by Matt Johnson, the Assistant City Attorney.
Thank you, Chairman Brady. Thank you, Council. Current Title I, Chapter 21 of Tooele City Code gives the mayor the authority to appoint bail commissioners from the police department. We don't do that. The state really has occupied the field. They have an extensive bail system. This was brought to my office's attention. This hasn't been changed since the late 60s. So they may have done it at some point, but we don't do it now, and we don't anticipate ever doing that. So So we're presenting you with this ordinance for the repeal of that particular chapter.
Okay, any questions or comments?
Sounds like it's a good idea to repeal it.
It's been around a while, but yeah, if we don't need it, then. Okay, I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve ordinance 2024-30, an ordinance of Tooele City repealing Tooele City Code Title I, Chapter 21 regarding bail commissioners.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Manzione and a second from Councilwoman Goches. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilman McCall?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady, and I vote aye. That passes 4-0. Item 7 is ordinance 2024-31, an ordinance of Tooele City updating the city fire code by amending Tooele City Code Title III, Chapter 1, and repealing Tooele City Code Title III, Chapter 2, presented by Matt Johnson, the Assistant City Attorney, and Matt McCoy, the Fire Chief.
Thank you. This is really the brainchild of Chief McCoy. He's done a great job taking the initiative to go through our current city fire code and coordinate with my office for legal issues and try to make updates where we need them. We started with Chapter 1, and it's basically a complete overhaul since the way that the structure of the fire department right now is quite a bit different than it was when this was last amended. This is another one that hadn't been amended for quite a while. So Chief McCoy and his department did the legwork on looking at other cities' fire codes and taking what might fit with Tooele City. Coordinated with my office to present Chapter 1. Like I say, since it's such a big overhaul, we don't have a red line version for you because it'd all be red lines. So we just have a new Chapter 1. Chapter 2, on the other hand, is it was a really short chapter, or it currently is a really short chapter, and it's pretty much completely overlaps with our traffic code regulating where big trucks can drive. And so we're recommending repeal of Chapter 2, and we're recommending adopting the proposed Chapter 1 of Title 3. And any questions for me, or Chief McCoy is here as well.
Any questions or comments? Okay, looks good. All right, I'll entertain a motion if there's no questions or comments.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion. Sorry, Michelle, I gotta scoot over. Make a motion, we approve ordinance 2024-31, an ordinance of Tooele City updating the city's fire code by amending Tooele City Code Title 3, Chapter 1, and repealing Tooele City Code Title 3, Chapter 2.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilman McCall and a second from Councilwoman Manzione. We'll take it to a vote. Councilman McCall?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady, and I vote aye. That passes 4-0. Item 8 is Resolution 2024-88, a resolution of the Tooele City Council adopting an amended 2024 Public Infrastructure District Policy presented by Matt Johnson, the Assistant City Attorney.
Thank you. As you know, the public infrastructure districts are one of a number of legal mechanisms that the state provides that allows the city options for financing of public infrastructure systems. Tooele City adopted its original PID policy in 2002. Now that we've lived with it for a couple years, it went to my office for a requested revision to explore the possibility that would allow the city to consider PID for residential developments as well as the commercial ones. And so my office made that revision and have that as the attachment or as the exhibit.
So this allows a developer to request a PID, but then the council still retains sole discretion, as it says in here, if it's approved or not. So.
Correct.
Perfect. Any other questions or comments? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we approve Resolution 2024-88, a resolution of the Tooele City Council adopting an amended Public Infrastructure District policy.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Goches and a second from Councilwoman Manzione. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione.
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches.
Aye.
Councilman McCall.
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady, and I vote aye. That passes 4-0. Thanks, Matt. Item 9 is Resolution 2024-87, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving an agreement with Christensen and Griffith Construction for construction of the library book cover awning project, presented by Chase Randall, the library director.
Good evening, Council. So this project, it's to kind of clarify real quick, it is for the northern side of the library, so the staff door, the delivery door, or where we have the book drop. Currently, if you know, that entire north side of the library roof is basically one giant slope. So during the winter, all the snow comes down off there, and we get piles of snow up to 6 feet tall, is almost as tall as me we had during that crazy winter. And right now there's a small awning there currently, coming right out of the staff door so that the snow doesn't just fall on your head as you come out the door. However, the sidewalk path that's there currently does kind of go by that spot, so it's a little bit sketchy sometimes during the winter when the snow can fall off the roof. Additionally, the sidewalk there is also, the tree roots have made it very uneven, and it's had some wear and tear over the 24 years. So this project would be that we would tear out that old awning cover and then basically make it so that the staff during the winter or even during rain or any type of weather event can still go out and get books from the book drop without having to be in the snow or the rain. So it's improve staff comfort as well as staff safety. And then also we're going to xeriscape the grass that's there. Unfortunately, we'll have to take out one tree, but we'll keep all the other trees. And so this, I think, will be just improve experience for the staff and start us on the path to slowly xeriscape the library. So if you have any questions, let me know.
I love that I got a look when they talked about removing a tree. I'm the tree guy. What can I say?
No, it's just the one tree, and then
One tree, okay, we'll let it slide.
We're looking at adding another tree to
Good.
the library. I just talked about it with Darwin just literally right before this meeting.
Always replace the tree that we tear out. Okay, any questions or comments?
It is pretty tiny. I think tiny was an appropriate word.
Yeah, it's a small one, and I can. It's definitely needed there because otherwise, that doorway would not work at all. So.
Okay,
Sounds good.
I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2024-87, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving an agreement with Christensen and Griffith Construction for construction of the library book cover awning project.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Goches and a second from Councilman McCall. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione.
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches.
Aye.
Councilman McCall.
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady, and I vote aye. That passes 4-0. Thanks, Chase. Item 10 is Resolution 2024-89, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving an agreement with Big T Recreation for installation of a playground and sandbox at Settlers Park, presented by Darwin Cook, the Parks and Recreation Director.
Good evening, Council. Thank you. This one kind of happened a little fast, so in this year's fiscal budget, you approved a project at Settlers Park to replace the playground there. Come July 1, we started working on that with one of our vendors, Big T Recreation. So we started planning the playground and then coming up with design. He gave us a couple different options, and then so we decided to get a price on one. So the original price that he gave us was almost the entire budget that you had given us. So it was $63,036.70. In this particular park, there's an old enclosure next to the pavilion that used to house a swing set. Unfortunately, the swing set had to be removed because it didn't meet these fall safety enclosure areas for distance. So the enclosure for that is actually in excellent condition. So we haven't ever wanted to pull it out just because the enclosure was in great condition, the cement border and everything. So we've always wanted to put just like a little tot area in there for activity just for younger kids. And so he gave us a bid on that, putting together like a little dig, has a little climbing hurdle on it and some dig stations on it so the younger kids can play. And so between the two, we exceeded the budget. So so we were trying to figure out which way to go, and then last week we got notified that there was 7 playgrounds that Florida had ordered that they decided to cancel because of the hurricane damage that they've received there. So all these playgrounds were in the middle of production. So Play World had these all in production and decided that they had to somehow or another get them out. So they sent out to all their vendors that they were going to discount and wholesale these things just to get them out into the market. And so they had, I believe it was 7 of them. Not only, most of them were fairly large, like as large as our one at England Acres, if not bigger. But one of them did happen to fall. Our vendor looked, and one of them did happen to fall into the same size requirements that we needed for Settlers. So he presented it to me. It's very, very close to what we were already looking at doing. And so I figured, hey, we'll move forward to this. He put his name on the list, and we ended up getting it. So this is the playground here that we're going to receive. The colors are, we're doing so the tan and the steel are the colors of the structure. However, our slides are blue, green, and orange. And so it's almost very similar to the one that we were actually trying to design for the space anyway. And so it went from 63,000, they're offering it to us installed and everything at 41,747, which then made it possible that we could actually do the play station, or the dig station. So if you'll go to that, there we go. So he just put in general little dig stations. They're actually going to be a little different. Each one's a little different than what you see there. One of them will be just like this, or maybe 2 of them will. But it'll have a little climbing turtle in the middle of it, just like this, and then it'll be just a sand digging area. And this will be the area right next to the pavilion that I talked about at the beginning. So Resolution 2024-89 is to enter into agreement with Big T Recreation to provide both play areas. The amount is $64,148. And this is a par tax project, so this is being funded from our par tax. And Big T Recreation is a state contractor. So any questions?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Because I have a sandbox at my house too, and I don't own any cats, but my neighbors do, and it draws a lot of cats. Do you worry about that?
Well, and so we have talked
They're
about
in
that.
my backyard every night.
There is some stuff that you can actually spray in them to deter the cats from being
I'm going to need
attracted
to find out what that is, but
So.
okay. Excellent.
Yep. Because we've talked about this before we had the problem with the sand volleyball that was the same thing, and we've talked to other vendors about that you can actually, and you actually only have to do it twice a year. So.
Awesome. Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Resolution 2024-89, approving an agreement with Big T Recreation for installation of a playground and sandbox at Settlers Park.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Manzione and a second from Councilman McCall. We'll take it to a vote. Councilman McCall?
Does this come with the stuff you spray in this?
It does not.
But we're going to.
Use some of it. Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady, and I vote aye. That passes 4-0. Thank you, Darwin. Item 11 is Resolution 2024-90, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving an agreement with Alltech Electric for the 2024 well house generator installation project, presented by Jamie Grandpré, the Public Works Director.
Good evening, Council. I bring this one to you, and Dave especially, as we spend a few bucks. In the past, we've had a couple of resolutions brought to you, one on purchasing some generators for a grant that we received, and then getting those generators, concrete pads installed, which has been done, and some conduit done, and now it's time to get the work completed to get the generator wired into the well house. We have 9 well houses that have generators on them that need to be connected. We sent it out to bid. We had 4 plan holders that did get plans. We came to bid day and we received no bids. And so we reached out to some of the contractors that were on the list that we had. We had one that didn't want to give us a bid. It was kind of out of their scope. One was a supply house. There was 2 that were working on bids, but one said he still needed some more time. Didn't know if he could get us a bid. And then Alltech Electric had his bid almost completed, but his problem that he had with turning in his bid before bid time was that suppliers were still giving him information back. And so we worked with Alltech and was able to get a bid from him to do the work. We sent it to Hager Horse Engineering, who is our electrical engineer, and he went through the bids. Everything looked good. And so we were ready to bring this to the council this evening. It is for $621,260, which is a pretty good price tag to that. That is for 9 generators. For the most part, 6 of those is pretty easy, pretty quick. Goes right into existing equipment that we have on site. 3 of the generators are fairly old, 3 of the well houses are fairly old and requires some electrical upgrades for the generator to work. New motor control centers needed for those 3. And so that equipment could also be out a year. So this is another reason why we needed to get this to you this evening, is so that we could try to get this into Alltech's hands so that we can get these ordered. Those 3 wells could be a while before they see connectivity. So with that, this is where we come to you for this approval, and I can answer any questions that you may have.
So in the documents, it says the contract time is final completion shall occur by April 1st, 2025.
Yeah, and we're going to have to extend that on some of that. We'll try to get some of them that are pretty cut and dry done fairly quickly, but we're probably going to be 3 of them that are going to have to be extended until we know when the MCCs could come in.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
We'll be funded out of the enterprise. We spent most of our grant money on buying the generators. And so now we're just probably going to end up using mainly water enterprise funds to pay for the installation work.
Okay, thank you. All right, if there's no other questions or comments, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve Resolution 2024-90, resolution of Tooele City Council approving an agreement with Alltech Electric for the 2024 well house generator installation project, minus the $600,000. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't add that, my bad.
Can't add that.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman McCall and a second from Councilwoman Goches. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilman McCall?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady, and I vote aye. That passes 4-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. Item 12 is Resolution 2024-86, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving a 3-year agreement with Ace Recycling and Disposal for collection, transportation, and disposal of residential refuse and recyclable materials, presented by Michelle Pitt, the City Recorder.
Thank you. Tooele City has contracted with ACE since 1993 for removal of residential refuse from Tooele City. And the most recent contract we have with ACE is set to expire December 31st of this year. So we are asking to renew a 3-year agreement with them on the same terms as the 2022 agreement. So we're asking that you guys approve that. And if you have any questions for me, I'll try to answer them. And then Dawn is here from ACE, and she would like to say a few words as well.
Okay, any questions for Michelle? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Dawn, was it? All right, Dawn.
Hi, I'm Dawn with Ace Disposal. I've been talking trash for 24 years, and I love it. And I was assigned to Tooele City when I come here to work here. And I invited some of our drivers today. I'd like you guys to meet them. This is Aaron Carter, he's residential here in Tooele. There is DJ Pope, he does the front load, so all your commercial accounts. Then we have Cody Lim, he's actually my Grantsville driver, but when these guys need help, he's out here to help pick up whatever they need to for Tooele. And that, then another thing that I thought was really interesting in that, so altogether we have 7 drivers, the roll-off, the front load, and the residential drivers out here, dumping your guys' trash and everything. And so it's pretty neat because they live here and they work here. And so they take really good care of your guys' city, and that because it means something to them. We do service 14 cities across the Wasatch Front, and out of all of my cities, I don't get complaints like misses or late putouts or anything like that because they know that, you know, the drivers are really great about getting out there and getting them. They'll see, you know, somebody bringing out their trash late, they'll stop and, you know, go and, you know, wait for them or go help them bring their cans out to the street and everything. So it's really awesome in that. And then this was really interesting to me. I just thought I wanted to ask how many people live and work out here in you guys' community, and that we have 3 employees that live in Erta, 12 in Grantsville, 2 in Stansbury, 17 in Tooele. So it's pretty neat that they, you know, do work and they live here in your guys' city. And that, and one thing I want to tell you guys, like I said, 24 years, 25 years is going to be tomorrow. I mean, next year for me working at Ace Disposal. But I want to invite you guys, we're going to have a big celebration for Ace Disposal being in business 45 years next year. So when the invitation comes out, please come to our location and check us out. And that I love working for Ace Disposal. We love working for Tooele City and that. Richard Hammock is the one that turned me on to let me work with all you fine folks and everything and that. So I really appreciate you guys and working another 3 years with you guys. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay.
Chairman,
Yes.
may I just echo some of the things that Don said? They have been servicing Tooele for a long time, but what she just said about those drivers is so true. We see it all the time. We see that they go the extra mile to serve our residents, and not just picking up the garbage on those days and the recycle, but the bulk waste pickup. They do an excellent job, and we are very, very grateful to each one of you. So thank you so much for caring about what you do. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Resolution 2024-86, approving a 3-year agreement with Ace Recycling and Disposal for collection, transportation, and disposal of residential refuse and recyclable materials.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Manzione and a second from Councilman McCall. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilman McCall?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady, and I vote aye. That passes 4-0. Item 13 is invoices and purchase orders presented by Michelle Pitt, the city recorder. And there are none today. Perfect.
Yeah, Jamie spent all the money.
I was waiting for that.
I knew that was coming too. Yeah. And then item 14 is our minutes from the October 16th, 2024 business meeting. Any corrections? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
A motion,
Go ahead.
motion
Second.
to approve?
Okay, we have a motion from Councilwoman Goches and a second from Councilman McCall. We'll take it to a vote. Councilman McCall?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilwoman Manzione?
I was not here, but I did watch the meeting online, so do you want me to abstain or,
It's up to you. I don't.
okay, I'll vote aye.
And then I vote aye as well, so that passes 4-0. Item 15 is to adjourn at 7:39 p.m.